Happy 16th day of December, everyone. My name is Sarah. Welcome back. Today we are going to be making pecan Breton biscuits. The original recipe is almond Breton biscuits, and if you want to make yours to the original recipe, just replace the half cup of pecan meal with a half cup of finely ground almonds. Now these cookies my mom started making when I was in my early teens because I happened to see them in one of her cookie magazines, and I was like, I really like the name of those cookies. That was the only reason I liked the name of the cookie. So we decided to make them at Christmas, and they turned out to be really good, and all of my siblings liked them, so they became a yearly Christmas staple for us. So wash your hands, grab your gear, and I'll see you all in the kitchen. So what you're gonna need is 1 cup of softened butter, a half cup of sugar, a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 eggs separated, 1½ cups of flour, a half cup of pecan meal, and some coarse colored or white sugar. So first we're going to separate our eggs. The yolks are going to go into the cookie dough, and the whites will be saved to brush the outside of the cookie dough before baking. So just cover up your egg whites and put them in the fridge until we're ready to use them. So first, we are going to beat our butter for 30 seconds on high speed. Now add your sugars, both the granulated and the powdered, and your salt. Beat that until it's combined. Now, beat in your egg yolks. Now, beat in your flour. Now, you're going to stir in the pecan meal. Now bring your dough together. So divide your dough in half and put aside one half. And we're going to form this side into an 8-inch log. Another 1/2 inch. Well, that's really weird. I can feel that from the outside. There's a big hole in there. No, you know what? We're going to eliminate that. It does not want to increase here. Oh, good enough. Now wrap it up and put it in the fridge for 3 hours. Repeat the process with your second half of dough. Cosmo, I can hear you. And contrary to what you might believe, I'm not unaware of you. I just can't come with you right now. I will as soon as I'm done here. So yeah. Well, that's fast. Okay. Now that the second half is rolled out into an 8-inch log and wrapped up, we'll put it in the fridge, and I'll see you guys in 3 hours. So preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Cover your baking tray in parchment paper. Now take the egg whites from earlier. And just beat them up a little bit with a fork. Take one of your cookie logs and your colored sugar. Alright. And we are going to brush the cookie log with the egg whites. You want to get it all nice and coated. And now we are going to coat the cookie log in our colored sugar. Now you don't have to do just one color. You can do, multiple colors. Do a red and green mix, or you can just do it in plain white sugar as well. So I've put a cutting board underneath my wax paper, and I'm going to cut the cookies into 1/4 inch thick slices. I don't know if you can see it through the camera or not, but I did score the cookies so that I can see where 1/4 inch is. It makes it way easier. So this is where it comes in very handy to have your dough very firm so that it's not just squishing all over the place while you're trying to cut it. You're also going to want to be sure that you're using a very sharp knife. And if you're worried about flat edges, you can always rotate the cookie log as you cut it. So you're going to want to be sure to give them plenty of room on your cookie tray. Even though they look pretty small right now, they do spread out and puff up quite a bit. The recipe calls for 12 minutes, but these are done at 8. So now we're going to do up the second log of dough. It's important to leave the second one in the fridge while you chop up and cook the other one so that it doesn't soften. And do this one in green. Now, one year when I was doing these, my mom and I were extremely stressed out, and I was getting ready to sugar them, and I had a horrible muscle spasm in my arm, which made my arm involuntarily jerk forward, and I happened to be holding on right here when it happened, and I threw sugar all over the place. And there was a brief moment where we both just sat there and stared at it, and I was so worried that it was just going to make the situation worse, but we both just burst out laughing. It was exactly what we needed to break the tension of the day. It was a mess to clean up, but we did it happily instead of angrily. So they came out really, really nice. They're lightly browned on the bottom. So there you have pecan Breton biscuits, or almond, depending on how you decided to make yours. They are a crisp butter cookie. They aren't too sweet, which is really nice in my opinion, and they go well with a hot cup of tea. So I hope you enjoy them. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye!